My name is Amy Paffrath, and it is my honor to be your mistress of ceremonies for tonight's exclusive Honor product launch.
Where do I start with when I want to talk about the Honor 8? Well, let's start at the beginning, just like any storyteller would do. The Honor 8 has become more than just a phone to me, it's become an experience. It actually started with an email from Honor, and they invited me to the product launch event, and this was going to be my first time, so I was very excited to find out that I was able to go. I couldn't wait. With that said, it's being my first event, but also my first time in California. And man, let me tell you, San Francisco is an amazing city. I can't wait to visit it again sometime soon. On top of that, I got to meet up with a bunch of my YouTube friends that I keep up with on a regular basis, along with making some new friends. It was very cool to see everybody in person, and it was just something that I'll remember for the rest of my life. The Honor 8 event was really cool, and I'll get to that in just a second because I was able to actually experience the Honor 8 in person before the event. And that's because Max Lee had one on him. He actually ended up going around to all the YouTubers asking their first impressions about the phone. Nobody else had it on them. He was the only one that had it, so it was a really cool little ordeal that he did. He actually posted a video about it, and I'll leave a link down below in the description of that video. It was really fun to be part of. After everybody got acquainted with each other, we were bussed over to the venue itself, and let me tell you, Honor knows how to put on a party. We got there and there's this huge sign of Honor in front of the building. It's like a museum setup, so it looked really, really cool. We walk in there and we're starting to be treated like VIP guests. We're media. We're getting our lanyards with media passes and all that fun stuff. And then we're directed over to this room that is just full of drinks and hors d'oeuvres, and we got to hang out with each other even more. Then we moved on to the product launch itself, and it was a really good presentation. We got to hear from the CEO of Honor. He introduced us to the phone. And then someone that you might know a little bit more, Taylor Wimberly, gave us more details about this phone. And the more he talked about it, the more I was interested about the Honor 8. The Honor 8 is already a low-cost phone, but my gosh, it comes packed with a bunch of goodies. Let me tell you, I am a features guy. I love features in my phones. If it doesn't have features, I kind of lose interest in the device. And the Honor 8 does not disappoint. There's a lot of cool features that this phone has, and we'll get into that a little bit more, but also, I'm gonna have to put together a whole review about this device, and in that review, I'll definitely be talking about more about the features and what this phone offers. Some of my first thoughts about the Honor 8 is that it's a very premium device. The glass feels really good, and it's not as fingerprinty as other glass devices that we might know about. Taylor actually went into more details about the glass. There is so much technology that it's built into just the front and back of this device. They put a lot of detail into it. And when you hold it in your hand and look at it, you can tell that they really paid attention to the details. Which leaves me with a point that they made, and I really appreciate, is that it's a completely flat back. There's no camera hump, there's no button hump or anything like that. Completely flush. The hardware on the Honor 8 is on point. With the software, like I was saying, I'm a features guy and I want to have features that really just help make everyday kind of tasks just easier. And there's one aspect about this phone, and that's the other thing that I was really impressed with off the bat, was the back button. The back button is a fingerprint sensor, but it's programmable, so you can actually program it 3 different ways, or a bunch of different ways actually, to go to shortcuts to apps, to do different actions. You can actually swipe down on it to pull down the notification shade, which has just become really convenient. But you can also do like a double tap, and I set that one to launch the camera because that's one of the features I really like about other devices, like pressing the power button twice to open up the camera, because I use my camera a lot. Or you can long press it and it opens up Google. There's a bunch of other different kind of actions that you can program to that button. And that's a really cool feature. Like, I really think that companies need to take note of that, and it needs to be something that's on every device. And I can't leave out the camera. The camera comes packed with a bunch of awesome features. The aperture adjustment is really, really cool. You get low light performance on the front facing camera, and that's really unheard of. So it's really cool that they're actually paying attention to the front facing camera, because let's face it, we live in a selfie world, and I would say it's probably 50-50 split at least with what's used between the front and rear cameras. I know I use mine probably about 50-50 split personally. And again, the camera app alone has a lot of cool features, and I'll get into that into my full review, but I'm also going to be posting a lot of stuff over on social media, so you definitely want to follow me on those channels on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Instagram. So that's a lot of good things about this device. The only negative that I've discovered about this phone is really just personal preference, and that's actually something that many other people agree with, which is the UI. The UI skin that is over this is just not people's favorites, but you can cover it up with a custom launcher like Nova Launcher, which I'll probably probably end up doing at some point, but I do want to try out this skin that they have on this phone just to try to get a good feel for it. Although it will be an adjustment not having an app drawer. And another personal preference is that the phone is smaller than my preference, usually at like 5.5 inches or more. If you like a one-handed device, this is definitely something you want to take a look at. So yeah guys, like the Honor 8, as you can tell, is just more than a phone to me. It's been a great experience from the product launch to meeting some of my YouTube friends to actually being able to hold the device and get the device from them before it's even launched. It's been some really nice treatment that I've gotten from Honor, and I deeply appreciate the investment that they put into myself along with the YouTube community. Again, be on the lookout for more content about the Honor 8. I can't wait to use this phone more and then give you guys more insight about it. If you have any questions or want to know anything about this device, leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear what you guys think about it or any kind of questions that you might have. Again, follow me on all the social networks, share this video with your favorite social networks, and until then, stay techie.